Global Underground gave superstar DJs complete control over the two most important components of a GU album release: song selection and host city. This recipe would sustain Global Underground through 43 releases. But how did this all start? For the inaugural release, Global Underground tasked Tony de Vit to launch the series, and rightfully so. De Vit was one of the most popular and identifiable UK DJs at the time, pioneering his hard house sound. In theory, Tony de Vit could choose any city in the world to be host to his mix. Tony selected Tel Aviv, and his decision would set the standard for every Global Underground release that followed. Why did Tony de Vit choose Tel Aviv for the Global Underground debut? During the 80s and early 90s, DJ Choopie had pioneered the electronic music scene in Tel Aviv and was recognized as being Israel's #1 house DJ. In 1995, a man named Jez moved from England to Tel Aviv, where he would meet DJ Choopie. Jez and Choopie began working together towards the end of 1995, and the two would found Agnosia Records on Schenken Street. Choopie was the resident DJ at a club called Allenby 58. At Allenby, Jez would open up for DJ Choopie from midnight to 3 a.m., introducing Allenby 58 clubbers to the UK progressive house sounds of 1996. Jez was able to persuade Allenby 58 owners that he could bring top UK DJs to come perform at the club. Allenby 58 served as the backbone to a growing underground Tel Aviv scene. Allenby's Thursday nights, as well as their weekly Friday gay party, elevated the nightclub to a global level. Other Tel Aviv clubs contributing to the growth of the UK sound included Q and Lemon Club. The magic of Allenby 58 lied in its high-quality party productions, with professional set designers, dancers, and visual stage entertainment, along with a Great Eastern Acoustic Works sound system. Early British DJs to visit Tel Aviv were Judge Jules, Brandon Block, and Graham Gold. They would return to England with stories of amazing parties at Allenby 58, basically becoming ambassadors for the Tel Aviv scene. When Tony de Vit first visited Tel Aviv in 1996, he was a rising star in England, but not yet internationally. However, he would play his first set at Allenby 58 that would put him on the radar of the local crowd. At Allenby 58, the crowd liked their music hard once it got to 3 and 4 in the morning. No one could prepare the Allenby 58 crowd, more exposed to trance and progressive house, for de Vit's first show. De Vit's hard house sounds thrashing the Allenby system had the place going mental. Over the next 2 years, Tony de Vit would return to Tel Aviv 5 times. In 1996, Andy Horsfield and James Todd of Global Underground approached Tony de Vit with the idea for Global Underground 1. The idea was simple yet innovative, giving the DJ complete control of both the location and song selection, resulting in a timeless mix. When they asked Tony where he would like to record the first Global Underground, there was only one place: Tel Aviv. On the eve of the live recording of the first Global Underground release, de Vit, Choopie and Jez enjoyed a nice meal with the owners of Allenby, and then de Vit returned to his room to rest before being brought to the club. That night, over 2,000 Tel Aviv clubbers would fill the Allenby 58 floor, with a line of 1,000 outside trying to get in. Only one problem: no one was leaving Allenby 58 early tonight. Green walls greet you at the door to Allenby, and behind them, madness awaits. Inside the walls, the club's layout focuses on the DJ, the sound system, and the experience, with a bar in the back and the DJ only separated by plexiglass from the crowd. Jez opened up the night with a set from midnight to 2:30, playing a more upbeat, energetic set than usual, knowing that he has to get to Tony's level without relying on major increases in BPM. At 2:30, Tony entered the booth and played Emotion's I Stand Alone sharp vocal mix on the turntable and began his set. The beauty of the earliest Global Underground mixes is that the mix is recorded live. 24 years later, you can relive the same set that Allenby clubbers danced to. Two defining characteristics of Tony's first Global Underground are his technical mixing skills and creating and building the energy of the club in a way that was different to the Allenby DJs who would normally play trance and progressive. Similarly, when you look back at the GU City series, Tony de Vit's hard house sound is an outlier to the rest of the Global Underground roster. Yet you can't tell the history of Global Underground without Tony de Vit. Prior to 1996, the Israeli club scene was suffering internationally because Tel Aviv was perceived as an unsafe area due to political turmoil. Most international DJs and agents refused to come to Tel Aviv. Jez and Choopie worked hard to change this perception and create a new image for Tel Aviv. The idea that music and youth culture should override politics and that we can all come together through music and parties resonated with both the Tel Aviv audience and visiting DJs. Through this belief, Tel Aviv proved to be the perfect city to host GU1, and Tony de Vit was the perfect DJ to mix the first global underground.